again for joining us. We start with some significant business news. A company headquartered in the Netherlands is eyeing its facility in Plymouth for expansion and job growth. Philips Image-Guided Therapy, the medtech division of Philips, is considering expanding its facility on Nathan Lane. The company has applied for state job creation funds to assist in that expansion and is considering Plymouth, as well as other locations outside of Minnesota. If selected, Philips would make a $31 million investment in Plymouth and create more than 150 high-paying jobs over the next 4 years. It expects to make a decision by the end of the year. The Brooklyn Park City Council gave the go-ahead this week for the design of the Blue Line light rail extension. The council voted yes to municipal consent. It's a process that gives cities in the light rail corridor a chance to request changes to the blueprint. Mayor Hollis Winston said he wants the potential for development that comes with a rail line.
I think it's important to make it safe. I think it's important to make it work for us. But I do not think that we should be looking as a city and saying, we want to turn away investment that we have paid to other people. When it comes our time for that investment, we don't want that investment.
On Tuesday, it's Crystal's and Robbinsdale's turn to vote on municipal consent. The leader of the Perpich Center for Arts Education in Golden Valley is retiring after leading the school and its programs through several challenges related to the pandemic. Shannon Slatton sat down to talk with Dr. Charles Rick about the challenges in today's Newsmakers.
Perpich Center for Arts Education is the official name. It's a state agency. It's been, it was developed in 1989. So since 1989, we've had a Perpich Arts High School. We've also had another program called PDR, our Professional Development Resource Programs. And then we have also an arts library, which is a public library. And that is open to the public. But overall, I would say that we reach out and stress the arts, both to students in the high school and also to offer our services to all schools in the state of Minnesota.
All right, now you're about to retire, you're about to step down. Yeah. I know you led through COVID, and that was a really challenging time. How did you guys tackle that?
Well, I came to Perpich in August 2019. Come March, we hit the COVID. And I remember that because we, on Friday, were notified. Sunday, my leadership team, we all met on Sunday afternoon at Perpich and devised a plan, because we had 5 days to do that, how we're going to educate students. And we did it. And so we ended up going virtual. We just happened to have purchased individual student computers prior to that, so that really benefited us. And so our teachers and students learned how to deliver education, accept education virtually, even with the difficulties of some students not being able to access. And that was an issue. But then there are hot spots, and we worked through all those issues, especially the first year. And then as time went on, as you know, they eventually did return to school, part-time and then full-time. And so since that time, I think it's really changed how we do our business. And now if we do need to educate outside the classroom, we're capable of doing that.
So it's probably come in really handy with the professional development arm, where you have instructors go around the state.
Right, and in those specific art specialty areas, that's one thing that they were doing prior to that, well, almost 100% on site at school districts. When COVID hit, we went just the opposite. And as a result of that, we now do any number of workshops and so forth on site at Perpich through the medium, through virtual, but we also can now go out to districts. So it's kind of a blend that's developed and working out for us.
Very good. I know over the years enrollment has sometimes been a challenge at the high school. How are you guys doing now?
You know, our enrollment since I think around 2019 when I came was about 118, 19 students in grades 11 and 12, because it's a 2-year arts high school. This year right now we have 154 students attending the arts high school.
Very good.
And one advantage of the Arts High School, we also have a residence dorm. And what we've also seen there is an increase in the number of students taking advantage of that, because the idea of that was to encourage outstate students to come to Perpich back at that time. And right now we have approximately 2/3 of our student body living in the dorm.
All right. So I bet that brings a lot of vibrancy to campus.
Oh yes, yeah, both during school day, and it helps out because school runs 8 to 3:30. But oftentimes students are over there till 6, 7 o'clock at night working on their arts.
All right. Well, thank you very much for updating us about Perpich Executive Director and retiring Dr. Charles Rick. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for the invite.
The latest restaurant to announce plans for Maple Grove has set an opening date. Grackle announced it will open on Friday, October 18th. It's taking the spot of the former Wahlburgers at the corner of Elm Creek Boulevard and Hemlock Lane. The family-owned business describes itself as a scratch kitchen and craft cocktail bar featuring an elevated yet approachable vibe. If you're looking for a howling good time this Halloween season, look no further than Travail in Robbinsdale. And we have to warn you, these images may be frightening for some viewers.
I said hold still. Stop! No!
So Travail is known for its eclectic dining experiences, and this Halloween is no different. Expect haunted theatrics, dim lighting, and a unique blend of plates and cocktails. Non-alcoholic options are also available. Chef owner Mike Brown, also known as Grant in costume, says to come prepared for a fright.
Depending on the night, a lot of death, a lot of murder in the basement. It's just part of the show. Don't worry about that. It's different. Every week, we try new things, and if you're into theatrics, this is the place to be.
Andy wants you to know it's just a little different than your typical dinner. You can reserve a spot for your group tonight through November 2nd. Tickets are available online.